Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your dab of the day. Today is New Year's Day 2020, everybody. Happy New Year. I hope you rang the new year in successfully, healthfully, and pain-free. Topic of the day is just that, is the new year. Now, I'm not going to go too far reaching into the entire year. I want to stay basically on today, and I'll tell you why I'm on today. Many people out there have varying circumstances they live in. Some people live with people, some people live alone, some people live in situations where they have a lot of people around, like a university setting. Some people live in a nursing home setting, an extended, enhanced care setting. What I want to talk about is New Year's Day after New Year's Eve. Now, if you've been a celebratory person New Year's Eve, you've got to recover New Year's Day. If you've increased your pain level because you did more yesterday, because you wanted to, we've talked about that. We've talked about that you have spoons, the spoon theory. And New Year's Day and New Year's Eve are no different than that. You may have used a lot of your spoons, a lot of your energy last night. Be careful you don't think you can burn the candle at both ends today. You need to rest and regroup and recharge your batteries, because tomorrow, if you're a working person or if you're just ready for the non-holiday days, it starts tomorrow. So if I were you, the advice I'm sending out there to everybody is take today, put your feet up, do whatever you have to do, put ice on your back to try to quell the savage beast, let's call it. You don't want to go into 2020 when everybody's out there and working in bad shape. You want to go out and be there in the best shape you can. Now let's talk about people like me. Let's talk about people who live in pain and really what's out there, what's going to happen. Unfortunately, you think the new year is going to bring massive change. Oh my God, it's a resolution. Oh my, wow, wow, wow. But that's not reality in most cases. In reality, the new year is a continuation of the last year. So what we have to do is remember to do the basics right away. I call it blocking and tackling. You need to remember to do your basic pain prevention skills right away. Mrs. Stoner, the first thing out of her mouth today was ice your back, Senior Stoner, from yesterday's injection. Anything you've done, anything last night, you were standing too long, you drank too much, you know that you have to deal with that now. Do not postpone dealing with it. It can get worse. You don't want that to happen. As you approach the new year, you also know that you're going to get a tremendous amount of peer pressure. Now you're going to say, gee, Senior Stoner, what do you mean peer pressure? Well, peer pressure to make that change. Hey, aren't you great and better now? Hey, aren't you wonderful? Now it's New Year's. Wow, look at the great things that are going to happen in New Year's. Wow, you're going to be all better and everything's fine. Unrealistic, unfortunately. We spoke about this already. You do not want to make leaps and bounds as your goals for New Year's. Unrealistic. You're not going to go from 250 pounds to 150 pounds in a month. It doesn't happen. So what I would strongly urge everyone to do after 62 years of living is pace yourself. Pace yourself so that you start and end at the same pace, if that makes any sense. You don't want to go, oh, wow, and then fall like that. You want to be able to have a consistent year throughout the year, pace yourself, get a plan together, and roll on to 2020 with your goals. Small, little goals that together equal what you want to accomplish. For example, boy, I'd like to walk to the end of the block. Sounds like a simple goal, but it might not be for many of us. Boy, I want to walk 2 blocks. Sounds like a simple goal, but to a lot of us, it's not. Boy, I want to walk 3 blocks. Sounds like a simple goal, but to a lot of us, it's not. And I mentioned it 3 different times because those are 3 separate goals. And you can set it up with anything you want. I want to take less Vicodin. Well, I'm not going to say I'm stopping it today. Instead, I'm going to say, well, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go to 3/4 of a pill for one of my 4 doses. That's a pretty small change, but you're going to feel better about a change like that. You're going to move in the right direction with change like that, and it may be achievable. The key to New Year's resolutions and New Year's actions and thoughts are not to overwhelm yourself with fantasies. I've done that so many times over the years. I don't want you all to do it. You want to limit yourself to achievable goals that you can measure and taste almost. Because think about it. We all talk about it here every day. What do you want to be? Happy. How do you want to look? Happy. You want to smile? Of course you do. So little bits and pieces that can bring a smile to your face, little bits and pieces that aren't painful are okay. You don't need the big boulders. You don't need the heavy winds right away. Start small. You know, I was a sales executive for a long time, and I trained people the following way. You know, when you're just coming out of a sales education class, don't go out there and try to pitch your $1 million customer. Start on a smaller customer and practice. So in this case, being that it's the first day of the new year, you don't want to overwhelm yourself with all these things you need to do. Start slow, one step at a time. Block and tackle. Do the basics and build that little foundation so that as you go on in the year further, you can achieve your goals a little bit at a time. Let's take our dab and keep in mind that this year should be about goals that we can achieve, not in the sales world what's called wish tickets. Who wants a wish ticket? It does nothing for anybody. We want to be realistic. We want to know what's ahead of us and place realistic goals on ourselves that we can achieve. Let's have a Crimson Carter hit and say Happy New Year, everybody. Boy, oh boy. And get on that dab train. Senior Stoner fans, for me, the new year holds a lot of opportunity. I hope it does for you too. There are a lot of things on the horizon that are going to be different for Senior Stoner. I'm going to make effort to move things in a positive direction for myself. Neurostimulator test, things like that. And who knows what's going to happen. Maybe I'll be able to pull myself out of the horrible pain I've been living in and get some life back. But I don't expect it to happen all at once. Remember that. I have no fantasy illusions that it's going to happen tomorrow morning. It's over. No more pain, Senior Stoner. Doesn't work like that. And there's a saying that the mama shark said to the baby shark. The baby says, Mama, look at that whale over there. How do we eat that whole whale, Mama? And Mama says to the baby shark, Baby, one bite at a time. So that is how we need to take on the world in 2020, everybody. One bite at a time, one hit at a time, one step at a time. This is the Real Senior Stoner wishing everybody a very happy new year, and steer straight, pick your path, go slow, no pain. This is the Real Senior Stoner. Happy New Year, everybody.